Which one you want to ask first?
So this is my
Grandfather?
my grandfather from Chaplin, right?
What's the time?
Originally,
Yeah, so where did you grow up when you were my age?
Chapel Arm in Sunday Bay.
Okay. Did your town have running water and sewage when you were my age?
Yeah, we had gravity flow water that ran from the well on the hill down to the house. And sewage, well, when I was growing up, we only had the toilets, the two-seater toilets. And after
Outside?
that, then outside, and after, in the latter part of life, that we had indoor toilets in the house.
Okay. So, I'm 14 now, and this interview is about you when you were my age, 14, so, what year would that have been when you were 14?
60 years back, 70 years back from
You
this.
were born in 43.
43, 43,
So
53.
57.
57, around 57, yeah.
So after Confederation.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So what did you do for fun a lot of the times, like pastimes?
Out and boat, down on the wharves, catching the sea tensies and connors and sculpin sea cats.
When you were my age?
14, I guess it was, down there before your age. And we used to go fish jigging, out catching squid. We had all kinds of activities.
swimming and berry picking.
Swimming every day, practically, berry picking, playing ball and everything. And like in the winter time we had hockey on the ponds. Now we never had no rinks or anything like that. We were all over the ice on a pond. And we did a lot of fishing, ice fishing, winter time and summertime. We had the old bamboo, old rod, or old stick with a line on catching the fish.
So, what kind of music stations did you, or like what was the music that you were into in your day? Popular.
Oh, it would be country music.
Country or gospel?
Well, we used to listen because we had no other choice. Only the old gramophones. You had well, Kitty Wells and all the old ones
country.
like that. The country ones, yeah, with Kitty Wells and Wolf Carter and all the old ones. We used to have the old gramophones, and you would
Yeah.
wind up the thing and let it run off.
Yeah, I remember seeing those every now and again.
Yeah.
So, how many people would you say lived in the town around then?
Approximately between 400 and 500. I say between 400 and 600. In that, around I'm going to say 500.
500, interesting. So, so how many siblings do you have, and like, what did you do with them a lot of the time?
Well, I had 2 brothers, 2 sisters,
Yeah.
and but with the brothers we played hockey, and we went with trout, and we were
Checkers.
Checkers and that, but played cards, and we went ice fishing all the time, winter time, and the summertime we went fishing.
Pop was the oldest.
Yeah.
So Pop, did you have anything special that made being the oldest?
Well, I always had
Your grandparents. Tell them about your grandparents made you special.
great grandparents is yeah, made me special. Here, grandparents had my grandparents. They were really had an effect on my life, and
They lived in with you too.
they lived in our house. And I know one thing. I always had new bikes because he used to buy a new bike for me because I was the oldest, and I always got new, and then they're passed down to my other brothers after.
So by bike, do you happen to mean like the 2 wheels?
Two-wheel bikes, yeah. I had a
Bike, right?
three-wheel bike, and I can remember when I was about your age, grandfather gave me a wagon, a ranch wagon, and it was a beautiful, beautiful wagon. It was a big one, and I was the boy in town at that time because I had that wagon. Nobody else had one like or even close to it. The only wagons around then was the ones the old fellows made. But grandfather gave me a wagon with a wrench stall, back sides on the backs and that.
What made
Yeah,
you so
like-
special?
Because I was the oldest and grandfather, and they just like with us all. And that's the reason why I got bikes every year. I mean, every year in spring practically I got a new bike and that and.
So, what kind of meals did you have like on a regular basis? Like,
Well, we grew our own vegetables, and so we had that, and we used to have pigs. So we used to rear our own pigs, and we kill them, and eat them, and cattle. We always had 2 cows. We had lots of milk.
Tell them about the milk.
We used to have milk, and we used to have 2 cows, and you milk the cows, and you scald the milk. We had our own fresh butter, and
Cream.
and the cream. Oh, you get the molasses, and you get out of the big old tierces, the rum tierces that used to come, and you put the molasses on, and then you get a big square of cream to put on right down over the whole slice, and then you put the other one on top of the molasses on the other one. You put them together and have a molasses sandwich or a cream sandwich, a molasses cream sandwich. And
Tell them about the straw now.
Tell 'em
That'll
about
be
the straw.
Story. Tell them
Oh,
about
yeah.
the story.
my grandmother always had 7, 8 pans of where we had the cattle. We had 6, 7, 8 pans of milk in the pantry along on the wall because you had no refrigerators at the time, so she had them on the wall. And so when the first straws from soft drink straws come in, went to the store and they see them there. I took one and brought home. And grandmother, they always had the milk in these pans, and they used to take it off because they take the cream off to make butter. And so when I brought it home, I got the straw and I put it down through the cream, and I used to drink milk and I had the pan through the straw. And grandmother used to come out and she'd say, grandmother used to, his name was Albert Reed, and she used to say, Al, what in the name of God is going on? I get all my milk is going. And she said, I don't know where it's going. And this is where I had the straw and I used to drink the milk, the pans through the straw, and see, and then once you go in and see, she couldn't find any hole in the cream because I just had a straw hole in, and you wouldn't see it. And so we drank the milk, and after then we told her what I was doing.
Tell Cameron what made your house so special when you were growing up in the community.
We were so close to the church. Every activity went on. Our house was right by the church, and at Christmas time, our house is special because we were fishing. My father was fishing, but we used to get the big salmon, 30, 40, 50 pound salmon, and they bring it home, and for Christmas Eve, where we were close to church, my grandmother used to get we used to have the big salmon. She baked this big salmon in the oven, probably 40, 50 pound, and you ate deep down through, and then when they all come out of church, they used to start off at our house singing the carols first, and grandmother had that salmon there. She had them cut up in slices, and all the men come down, and they had their swally and that for Christmas as a drink, and then they all have a piece of salmon. She had plates or whatever it would put out, and everybody with forks, and they'd taken she had on a big platter, and she had there, and all people taking off, and that's where they have the big feed of salmon for Christmas Eve.
Byron, when we get out, we getting bread off. Is that his car too?
He's all right.
Okay.
So
so